You will more than 10x your investment in 1 year by just doing these 2 steps. Let's talk about how to invest if you have a small amount of money to invest with, and then specifically where to put that money when you do invest. I'm Nolan Govea, my students call me Professor G, and I made this channel to make investing simplified, so let's uncomplicate this situation. Now, small is relative, because to someone who can invest $1,000 per month, $100 per month seems small. But $100 per month in the S&P 500 for 40 years could turn into over $500,000. So if the amount that you're able to invest monthly is $100 or less, let's start here. Now, on average in the stock market, if you can get above a 10% return on your investment, you are crushing it. And if you can get 12%, you're probably beating 95% of investors out there. So if you could invest that $100 per month, and you picked the best fund to be able to invest that and got that 12%, with your $1,200 per year, you'd have made $144 on your investment, and your total now would be at $1,344. Great job, but this isn't changing your life. So if you have $100 or less to invest with each month, let's start here and do these 2 things. This first one will at least double your investment from before, but probably quadruple it. Look at your budget. If you aren't serious about making a bunch of money, then actually don't do this next step. But if you are, then what I want you to do is look at your budget. Most people will skip this and wait for the real investing advice. But I can tell you from experience and working with hundreds of people on this, the people that actually take this seriously change their life financially. I want you to look back and track everything that you've spent in the last 3 months. Just look at your old bank statements. Start grouping things into categories like groceries or auto expenses or electric bill and rent. Start making categories and see where these things add up. Then I want you to list out exactly how much money you make each month, and this needs to be from all sources, whether that's a job, side hustle, whatever. Then do the math, and hopefully the amount of money that you're making is more than the amount of money that you're spending each month, but if it's not, then you definitely need to start this. But even if it is, let's check out a couple of the categories that maybe you're spending too much money in. Cutting out unnecessary expenses, or just cutting down on unnecessary expenses, specifically like eating meals out or getting coffee or buying extra clothes that maybe you don't necessarily need, is the quickest way to magically find you some new money today. Do what you can to cut down on just $100 worth of expenses somewhere, and now you will have doubled the amount of money that you're able to invest with. By doing this one step, you will have made yourself another $1,200, which is $1,056 more than if you just invested in the fund we talked about at the beginning. Even more than that, though, is that if you now invested the full $2,400 in that fund, you'd now have $288 on your investment and be at $2,688, which means in total you'd be $1,344 richer doing it this way. The second thing in number 2 is going to be to figure out how you can make more income. And nothing crazy at all. You could Instacart or tutor someone and just make an extra $20 per hour. Work 2 or 3 hours a day extra, and that'll get you to $250 a week or $1,000 more per month. If you can throw that plus the $200 from the first 2 scenarios in each month, you'd now have $14,400 put into that fund after year 1, and your investments will now have earned you $1,728, and now you'd be at $16,128. Remember, this is the same exact time frame we talked about when you were able to just only put $100 per month in that account. And now you have a difference of $14,784. You will more than 10x your investment in 1 year by just doing these 2 steps. Next, though, is specifically where to put that money. You have some people that are going to tell you to get the most bang for your buck, and since you only have a little bit of money, you might as well throw it into the flashiest thing that could go to the moon the quickest. And it might be a bit more exciting and trendy, like semiconductor companies, energy companies, or even cryptocurrency. You also have the other side of the spectrum of people saying to go very safe and just put your money in a high yield savings account to get a guaranteed 3% right now because the stock market is scary and volatile. You also have people throwing around the idea of dividends and passive income, and of course that sounds amazing. So which is best for you? I'm going to give you my opinion, but I think it would be a great idea for you to ask the wealthiest people that you know, where do they invest their money? I think you're going to find it very surprising. I know people here on YouTube whose whole channel is all about crypto or all about growth or day trading, but when I've talked to them, 90% of their investing is actually in very safe ETFs, and they're building their wealth long term. Again, like the budget step from before, nothing sexy or fun here, but definitely life-changing. Because for anyone in the category that's looking for how to invest with a small amount of money, this presupposes that you're probably a beginner or new to investing, and so most important than anything else is that you need a solid start. My favorite two ETFs would be VTI or VOO. VTI tracks the total US stock market, and VOO tracks the S&P 500, or the US largest companies by market cap. When you buy one share of these ETFs, you now own a small piece of hundreds of great companies. So if some of them do bad during the year, some will probably do well, and that will even it out and keep you safe. Statistically, even professionals on Wall Street can't beat these two funds, so that's good enough for me. I'd 100% invest in just these to start and do that for a full year. As you get up to speed and you start to learn what the stock market does, at least your investment is in the best possible place, and then when you feel like you're ready to venture off and add some things to your portfolio, you'll have a very solid foundation, and this is one of the most wise things that you could definitely do in investing. And speaking of that, the next video that you need to watch is all about the 3 ETFs that I recommend for anyone's portfolio and the percentage of which to put in your portfolio specifically by age. Check that video out now and let me know your thoughts.